Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. For those that haven't seen the Sarcasm City Sports Q&As before, they are for the residents of the city of Sarcasm. You lot in the comments run the show, people. So get your sporting questions in. It can be football, it can be basketball, it can be boxing, it can be NFL, it can be UFC. Whatever sporting question you want to ask, get your questions in, people. And of course, if you are a member of the channel, your questions do take priority. So I will start your question and I will get to it later. And of course, if you super chat as well, I will get to it also. Let me just clean the camera off. There we go. But yeah, I'm brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, aka Man of the People. Jez is also in the building. What are you telling me, Jez? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. What's up?
Yeah, but no, bless, fam. You already know. What I'm saying, all bless, all bless. Everybody who's locked in currently right now, whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching this back after the live, hit the like button on the video. Vitally important you do that. Let's get into double figures already. Hit that like button, share this across all of the socials, and subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. It is rolled to 5K, people, so hit the notification bell. And big up to everyone who's listening on the audio platform as well, whether that's SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, or whatever. Like Steve said here, who is a member, says hit the like button. He says yes, people. Big up to Steve. Big up 44 as well. Says been a while since I was able to tune in live. Big up Flawless and the Sarcasm City squad. Good to have you here, 44. It's been a minute. It has been a minute, so it is good to see you here. Yes, I 100% agree with that, man. It's always good to see you in the chat. Always good to see members in the chat as well. The Dugout Football Channel says hello, Flawless. Big up to you. Taha Large Up says big up, bro. Haven't been here since your birthday. Hope it was good. My birthday was blessed, so much appreciated. Taha also says, I'm going sleep. Got school tomorrow, but wanted to say big up to you and Jazz. Yo, salute, man, and go get your rest. You know what I'm saying? You can always watch the show back tomorrow after school, so big up to you.
Yeah, big up talk.
But you can see from the title, people, a couple of major things have happened in the sporting world. Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea collapses and Spurs battle Crystal Palace 4-0, people. But since Jez is here in the building, we'll start with the latter. So Spurs winning 4-0 against Crystal Palace. Must be pleased with that, Jez. Must be pleased and surprised.
Actually, yeah, surprised to be honest. Like, I watched back the highlights, and I mean, first half again, like as usual, like kind of like in the back foot, not really starting off well. So this is not gonna change. But second half, they actually turned it on. I don't know what was said at halftime. I don't know what was said at halftime for Palace, but looks like our players woke up and actually finally get the job done, what they need to do, which I know they can do. Like, I don't believe we're a good team, but some of the teams that we play against, we shouldn't be losing to. Like, I'm sorry, like I don't believe we are worse than Villa or Brentford and Crystal Palace, for example. But again, like got the job done at this point. Like, I can't, for me, still asking for performances at this stage of the season. I don't think I'm gonna get it in it. So you just gotta take the win and just keep it moving.
You have to be pleased though with defensively being solid today, because defensively you were good. Palace might have not been at their best, but they do have good players in attack. So surely defensively you must be pleased with what's going on.
I mean, yeah, of course. Like, it's always good to keep a clean sheet after last few games conceding dumb goals, but in the same time, I don't really rate I do rate Zaha and Olisa and that, but other than that, I don't really rate the attack like that. If I really want to be honest, so it's good that they at least shut down the two attackers that you should have been most fearful of. Like, if they would have let guys like Ayus and Essa, like I think Essa's a good player, but I don't think he's that dangerous in my opinion.
Really?
Ayus just shit. Zaha and Ulysses, they kept it quiet. So yeah, like if they were unable to have 5 guys at the back and to stop 2 guys, I would have been very concerned. And so they just did the job done. And Portsmouth next, man, like at home.
Yeah. Well, fairs. And as well, big up to Lewis, who just ended the stream. He's just sent people over. So large up everyone who's just joined from the raid. I'm sure Lewis will be here. I'm sure others will be here. But Jez, you don't seem too ecstatic about the window. Is it like a false
No,
dawn?
it's my thing is like we can win today, then lose to Portsmouth and Arsenal. Like for me, it doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't really matter anything. Like for me, this would matter actually something if we were actually playing for something, and also if this was actually a more consistent run. But because it's neither, it doesn't really matter to me either. Like cool, we won the game, but it doesn't change anything really, in my opinion. We're just 3 points more up in the table. That's different.
Close the gap on my team as well. You're now 2 points outside the top 4. But you just don't think it's sustainable. You just sound dead about this, which I'm not surprised because I have to give you your credit. You called this Conte thing spot on from early. And now I'm hearing a lot more Spurs fans and a lot more people on socials, a lot more people in the comment section sounding like you in regards to the issues with Conte, because you said from the jump, this football is not sustainable. You've said this.
Yeah, and it's obvious, especially with the players that we have. And I'm not even trying to shit on Conte or anything like that, but this was always going to happen. See, my fault is at least he can't be this stupid and be like he's going to come to Tottenham and get all the players that he wants with the big wages and the big money that they're on. But clearly he is that stupid. So that's why he's only wants these certain players, which first I don't even want at the club. The club doesn't want them. So yes, this is the issue.
Lewis in the building, Lewis. Timo's in the building, and that.
Yes,
hey, big up Santiago. Says my life flawless coming from Lewis's stream. Big up you lot, everyone who's just joined, obviously from the raid and all the new people. Q&A, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. Get your questions in, people. Sporting questions. It can be football related. It can be on the Enzo Fernandez deal to Chelsea.
Run it up, guys.
You know what I'm saying? It can be Spurs winning 4-0. It might be a Manchester United question related for me. It might be non-football. It might be a basketball question. It might be a boxing question. It might be NFL. Get your questions in, people. Get your questions in. I'm sure you was talking about it on your channel, Lewis, in regards to the Enzo Fernandez deal collapsing. But yeah, carry on, Jess. Say what you were saying.
Yeah. See it's pretty much it. Wait, what?
What a comment, yo! I'm not even gonna read that out.
Dying, bro.
That's crazy.
Big up on the road.
Hey,
that is mad.
I suppose congratulations, Lewis, innit? That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't saying nothing, innit? I ain't saying nothing.
I
don't know where them sources came out from. That's all I want to know. Because I didn't release anything, if you get what I mean. But yeah.
I hear you. But go on. Sorry.
No worries. Just pretty much what I was saying is that, like, again, like, he's not gonna get the players that he wants. Luckily, we not seem to want to spend the money in January, even if it's not players that he particularly wants, but they can actually improve us. They seem to apparently don't have the money when we do have the money, because they can't lie about that. So yeah, it's like I said, it's not going to be different. Like the target for me this season is just don't finish 7th, 5th or 6th. Like just finish outside of like 8th, just outside of 7th, like 8th, 9th, 10th, or 4th. Like these are the only positions I'm actually willing to take.
Okay. Fast. There's over 100 of you lot locked in. Before I continue, and I'm gonna get to your question, Langan tweet. Don't worry. Get the likes up, people. I don't know how many were on, but I know it's not enough. So let's bump that up. There's 100 of you lot in there. Get it to 50 likes. Mods, get everybody liking, subscribing to the channel. It is road to 5K. You lot should already be subscribed to Lewis's channel if you're not. But make sure you do that. Langan tweet says, I've been hearing United fans saying you're in the title race. Flawless, do you think you're in a title race? Absolutely not. No, we are not in a title race. No. Our squad is way too thin. Now, if we added to the team this month and we added 3-4 players, then I would, because I love what Ten Hag is doing. I'm loving how we're playing. I like how he's getting the most out of everybody in the team, whether it's players I rate or players I don't. But our squad is thin. Martial walked down the tunnel. We currently don't have a senior striker. We don't have one. Rashford would be makeshift if he's playing up top. Eriksen in the false 9. Like, we do not have a striker. Like, our backup right winger is Alanga. Like, we're not. Our backup midfield pivot is McTominay and Fred. Our backup 10, Donny, just got injured. Wan-Bissaka is currently playing well behind Dalot, but I don't trust him over a long period of time. Our backup centre-backs are Maguire and Lindelof. We have holes in our squad all over the team. Like, I'll get gassed up and enjoy what's going on currently. but I'm fully aware of 2-3 injuries and we could dip. And I've been saying this the entire season. So are we in a title race? No. But I do expect us to win a trophy. That's what I would say. But United fans saying we're in a top. Of course, United fans are going to say that. Anytime we're near the top of the table, people, when we was top in 2021, in January, same
It
shit.
feels like you're a point off first.
Wait, are we? Oh, because of Manchester City.
Yeah, and also because I don't count Arsenal as title leaders.
Nah, that's first. But even so, like City are better than us people. Like that's just the be all and end all. Like it's not. So no, we're not in a title race. But I let United fans get gassed. I'm not gonna rain on the parade.
They're getting giddy.
They're getting hella giddy in it. Like you would. What happened to the Enzo Fernandez background, fam? What go on?
I'm just gonna say
goodbye.
He thinks we didn't see it.
Hold on.
Thinks...
Hold your horses. Number one. I'm just gonna let these guys have a meltdown on timeline. Just let them.
No, this is not about that. It's about you. It's about you.
No, hold on.
It's about you. Hey. It's about you.
Relax yourself, okay? Relax yourself. I'm just gonna let this guy have a meltdown.
Hey, this guy
I
me.
just got a text from someone there, okay, saying that I'm just gonna calm down. Just calm down.
Oh, we ain't got another in the know, do we?
Like,
they're growing on fucking trees.
Who's the
number two?
Who's the
Number
source?
two. Hold on, Jazz. Hold on. Let me finish. Fabrizio specifically said it was off. Okay, if we wouldn't pay over 100 million euros, something is not right about this deal. That's why I'm still clinging on. None of these join us what's going on. Only Ornstein or Fabrizio. That's the only two. They're gonna play chicken with us though with Benfica. Don't worry.
Fabrizio,
this is not what's about.
Those are the only ones I'm listening to from now
but this,
on.
This is not about it. Where's the Enzo Fernandez Avi in the background? This is what it's about.
Yeah, that's all I said.
Okay.
Where is it? Yeah, well, bring it back. There we go. There you go. This is what we asked for.
Okay.
And see, the funny thing is here. This is the funny thing because I literally read what Fabrizio was saying. He never said the deal is completely off, innit? There's only that report.
Fabrizio is very smart about the way that he tweets. He's very smart.
Exactly, because he
never
knows,
says too much.
You know what he's doing, and unless it's completely off, he's not gonna say it. But he didn't say it, so for me, like again, because when you look at the price that actually Chelsea bid compared to what Benfica want, is actually far apart. It's like what about like a 40 million difference. So.
Mm-hmm.
The question
is, apparently his market value is only around 50 to 60 mil.
Yeah, because he was only signed for like 14 this summer.
But there's complications because they have to pay River Plate 20.
Yeah, because they got like what's it called? Sell-on clause or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So this is the thing.
Hey, we got a Benfica Avi in here. Mad. Hey, give us
85 million.
Bro. Stop being stingy. Dickheads.
85 million. Paid 121. Paid 120 without installments. They mess with the wrong club. All right, first, yo. Hey, the guy.
What a Europa League in 2013 that is for Benfica. You remember this? You remember this, bro? I didn't forget. I didn't forget. We don't forget.
But you know what it is with Benfica as well.
Hey, before you go, Jess, let me just ask him.
You crying in damn, bro.
Since you are an Enzo Fernandez fan, how good is he? Let's see him. I genuinely want to know. Like all bias aside, how good do you think he is, and how good do you think he can be? Let me get to this from 44 as well. Says question: we have seen managers like David Moyes do well at clubs that don't spend a lot and then fail at a bigger club with a bigger transfer budget. Are we seeing the same with Potter at Chelsea? Scott said this. Scott mentioned this when he came on and said he could see the comparison between Moyes going to United and Potter going to Chelsea. Where I did not disagree, but where I wait and see on it is just this is not Potter's team. Potter deserves his chance at the big time. This is now his chance to showcase that he's top level, that he's good enough to sit at the top level. But we don't know yet. That's why I say go on, Lewis.
Yeah, I'd say to say this means we're judging Potter solely based on the transfer windows, and it's not really him I'm pointing the finger at right now because he's only just come in. He hasn't brought anybody yet. So it's a bit too early to say.
Funny. Well, carry on.
Who's that?
Who's else? That surfer, isn't it?
What the fuck?
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, well, go on, listen. Go on.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, I'm not. This is too vague of a judgment to make. Like, we haven't seen how Potter's transfers would work out, so we can't judge him. Can't judge him based on that same wavelength. It's too early. Too early.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, what's part of the correct choice, and does he deserve more time to prove himself at Stamford Bridge?
Yes, this shower of shit that we call a football team is the problem. Not Graham Potter. Not Potter.
What I will say, 44 is that I feel like he's been the victim of the previous regime's mess, and you can arguably say that he hasn't been given a lot of resources to overhaul this team yet, but I'm sure he'll do in the next couple of months' time. But I feel like he'll be the beneficiary of criticism. Is it going to be amazing? No. You can't have it both ways. And if you're sacking Potter now, like, what will a new coach that'll change our luck with this current crop of players? We all mentioned this with this previous manager with the likes of Frank Lampard, Sarri, Tuchel. The player power at this Chelsea Football Club still exists. And it's not going to end. It's keep going cycle goes on and on and on.
First. Yeah, like I said, with Graham Potter, I think people are you just gotta wait and see. Like he needs Chelsea results need to improve in the immediate future. Yes, but like I wouldn't judge him and say he's not good enough at the highest level yet because we don't know. Because again, this isn't his team. You have to at least judge him with his tools. He's not signed one player for Chelsea. I think you have to judge him. I think you have to look at what he does this month and then you look at him in the summer. And then say he brings in 4 or 5 players, which Chelsea probably will. That's when you can judge him. You can be more critical and judge him much more harshly. That's what I would say. I'm not saying, isn't the Enzo deal stalling? I'm not sure. I really should have put.
I think it's stalling.
Stalling. It's not closed. It's stalling, but they're at stalemate. They want the full 120 million, no installments. Chelsea are only willing to pay 85 million with no installments.
You got to deepen as well. You got to deepen as well. They sold literally Nunes for 100 million in the summer, and Enzo's better. Enzo's better. Like you got to understand, like the guy literally just won Golden Boy in the World Cup as well. So Benfica is not gonna, and they're a hard team to deal with as well when it comes to kind of lower end prices. They don't usually tend to lower the prices for players when they sell them.
Plus, it's mid-season, and they're 5 points clear at the top.
And when you look at even the Champions League draw, I think they're playing Frankfurt. From there on, who knows? Luck of the draw, you might get to a semi.
I see. I get their stance. I really do get their stance. It's just annoying that we were told something completely different for the last 4 days.
This is how the ITK's team was telling us right now.
Had Timo all excited. Enzo Fernandez in his background picture. He had him in a Chelsea shirt already in his mind. Had a Matthew Harding end or whatever it's called, or Matthew Harding lower or whatever it is.
Instead, I'm gonna have to suffer with Mountain Gallagher again. Right?
You'll be alright, man. You tough.
You'll be alright, man. You're tough.
See, actually, can I actually ask? We actually talking about transfers for Chelsea. Obviously, you guys are heavily linked to Mudryk now, but I was actually, and me and Peter, and I think Sof was also there at the time. We were literally talking about how, if Chelsea were actually willing to pay that money to go on the bidding war with Arsenal for Mudryk, why not go to AC Milan and just give that money to Leao when his contract is up in like 6 months?
We did not learn from the past experience. We did this with the Conte, Rafinha, who else? Dembele. Name me more. Probably around like.
Did what?
No, we didn't make any offer for Dembele at all. That was just late. We didn't make any offer.
Past lessons in the summer.
Kunde is a lucky escape.
Yeah, that guy's just us. I've been saying that.
And Rafinha at the moment is looking at a lucky escape. So, and we put the money down. We offered him. We just didn't. The player just didn't want to speak to us. So, he had his heart set in Barcelona. So, and that's worked out well so far.
So, what do you guys think about this whole?
Ryan, what a cohesive midfield that is for Liverpool, bro.
And to Rad, yeah, I'm blessed, man. Hey, yeah, you lot. I know there's over 100 of you lot locked in. Get your questions in, people. It don't have to be on Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez. It might be something else. Get your sporting questions in. Go on, Jez. Go on.
what you're saying, because I think this is just I think this is just what's it called what's his team again? Shakhtar Donetsk. Yeah, I think this is Shakhtar Donetsk trying to get its name out there with Chelsea to kind of create like a situation where Arsenal pay more money for him. But I don't know.
Hey Ryan,
this just might be me.
Why don't you cry when Pep Linders takes over your team after Klopp leaves, man? Why don't you cry? Yeah.
Hey man, hey Pep Linders.
What a departure for Jurgen Klopp that is.
Hey Pep Linders released the book before him.
Hey Ryan, why are you copying us by buying a dodgy forward in the summer and a lone midfielder? Why are you copying Chelsea for? It's supposed to be a bigger club. Do you know what I mean? Why have you got Timo Nunes up front?
Let's not forget, Ryan also said Nunes was outscored Erling Haaland this season.
We mustn't forget.
What a high conversion rate there is for Darwin nonsense.
Darwin nonsense. Flawless, are you going to the Chris Eubank Jr. versus Liam Smith fight in Manchester? No, I probably won't even watch it.
When is that?
As much as I like boxing, I have very little interest in this fight.
Hey, go to the KSI fight, man. KSI.
Say that again?
You can go to that KSI fight.
I don't want to see no YouTubers fight either. I'll let you do that.
If I want to see YouTubers fight, I can just put it in the search engine on YouTube.
Exactly.
Just like, I
don't like it. It has to be a YouTuber I'm interested to watch that. So if it's someone I'm a fan of and they're boxing, I'd watch. Like if Timo was boxing someone, I'm like, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna go to the fight.
I just wanted to run. Have you noticed?
Yeah, have you noticed
the reports of Liverpool selling have died down? There's no reports of Liverpool being linked to sell anything. You notice that? Not even like part or anything. There's no news. Like even there's less news for United, but it's like little reports here and there every other day of United possibly being sold. There's nothing for Liverpool being sold. FSG are staying, Ryan, and Pep Linders is going to be your new boss. And you're going to sign Mason Mount in 18 months. So
condolences.
That, yeah.
I just say condolences.
And guess what? Virgil van Perfume is out, probably going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks with his hamstring. So you know.
Wait, Sophie, you don't know he turned on Van Dijk too now.
Did he turn on Van Dijk as well?
I was listening to the stream the other day, man. I was listening. I rewatched that. That sounded like me. He was turning on Van Dijk.
Ryan, listen. Flawless saying, you know, he's a tall guy. He's not a muscular guy, but he would just smack you, man. You know.
I feel like
I'd pay to watch that though.
Yeah, I feel like a boxing match between me and Flawless would be crazy. Ryan, you're the only person who works on this channel that I would actually box, so I'm always down. You know what I'm saying? We can do that tonight. I'm always down.
Yeah, I'll commentate. Bags the commentary.
I'm always down. You know what I'm saying? To punch up Ryan, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be selling tickets, man, up front.
Anyone want to co-commentate?
Do you really think that a sale of Liverpool would be kept under wraps like this for this long? No, it wouldn't. There'd be reports about it all the time. Don't even try that, Ryan. Man.
Even Newcastle. Even Newcastle,
man. That was nearly every day. You know what I mean?
This from 44 says, can Newcastle continue this form and finish in the Champions League position? If so, will it be easier for them to attract big names to the club? Do I believe they can continue this form? Yes. Also, can they finish in the Champions League position? Yeah, they're good. They're defensively sound. They're well organized. The teams around them ain't too good. That's what it is. Obviously, you got Arsenal and City, you would say, and then there's two other spots. I've spoke already on this show about Manchester United and how a few injuries. Talk to the Chelsea fans about them being in a mess. I hope for this Chelsea fans who think any of you man think you man getting top 4.
Nah.
There we
top
go.
6.
So forget Chelsea, Spurs, Jez, and others that spoke on Conte. Liverpool, we don't know what's going on with. So yeah, Newcastle could. And will it be easier for them? Because they're a good project and they'll pay the big bag, I think they'll be able to attract bigger names anyway. That's an exciting project to be a part of. We've seen Manchester City do this like previously, and Newcastle are kind of going down it. But Champions League football for them in their first season would be massive. Massive.
Ever since the takeover,
yeah. How Eddie Howe wants to run with it. Go on, Timo. Go on.
Ever since the takeover, they've been doing everything right. Even though the signings hasn't been that marquee, that Sven Botman guy, I thought he was a bargain.
Guys, it's match day.
Let's go, man. Up the fucking Chelsea, mate.
What's the counter thing? Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
Chelsea. You might just left me hanging. You know what I'm saying?
Hold that. Yeah, hold that.
I can't be bothered for it today, bro. I know what's coming.
Hold that.
Yeah, man.
Little
Chelsea win, man.
4-0 dagger in my own ground.
There will be a watch along for it on the channel as well, people. There will be.
By the way, followers, there might be a watch along on the Twitch as well. We're doing me and Peter. We might be doing the what's it called, the Eldense versus Athletic Club. 8 o'clock.
Just message me in the group chat, DM me, and I set it up.
Yeah.
Is that Spanish team?
Just the Copa del Rey.
Cheers. Can you DM also the pictures of the players and that, so you can set to say flawless type searching? Do you know what I mean? Just everything.
We're gonna discuss it at the bottom row.
Don't let flawless do all this work. He doesn't have to. DM him everything, so he can just set it up.
Okay.
Just DM me in there, and I set it up.
We still have to discuss in the bottom row and group chat, but. It might be on.
But yeah, back to your question, 44. Yes, I think Newcastle are capable of finishing in the top 4, which would be great for them, especially in the first full season of like their takeover. Right now, there are 5+ players for top 6 clubs injured right now, except Arsenal. Do you think title race will tilt if Arsenal get any more key injuries? No, I think City win it regardless. I think they're too good. They've been here before. They might not, for all the faults of them not being at their best. If they beat Chelsea today, they're 5 points away.
Okay.
All the talk of how great Arsenal have been, and Arsenal deserve their credit. Arsenal have been very good this season. They've surprised me. I think they've surprised the vast majority. But for all the talk of how good they've been, how bad Manchester City have been, how defensively poor they've been, and does Haaland make the overall team worse, and they out wide they might need more pace, is 5 points. So if this is Arsenal being this good, and this is City being mediocre or poor by whatever stand or whatever you want to say, and it's 5 points, what happens when City turn it up? If the difference is 5 points, Arsenal have pretty much been as good as they can be. To me, Arsenal can't play any better. So if City turn up, I can see them. I'm just expecting City to click into gear in it and go on a run. Yeah, go on, Surfer.
Back to the Newcastle thing. I find it very funny psychology of Newcastle. And first of all, Newcastle get better and more successful. They're going to have to take on the fact that they won't be everyone's favourite second club or whatever going forward. It'll be fun to see the fans actually try and react to that. Also, it's very funny that they had the same tactics yesterday that they were trashing Leeds for at the weekend. They went to St James's Park and basically played like low block and shut up shop, which they were complaining at the weekend about it, and then they did the same thing. They did the same thing to Arsenal, which is I think that's fine. I don't mind the tactics. It's just people in glass houses. You know what I mean? It'll be interesting to see what Newcastle do and who they attract, because they're on about not really breaking the wage structure. I don't know how they can really keep to that if they get successful in Champions League and they want the players, because they're going to have to, pay people more to live in Newcastle, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So let's be truthful. Let's be truthful. Outside the city centre, Newcastle, parts of Newcastle are like Mad Max. You know what I mean? I know that. I've got family up there. Do you know what I mean? It's all good. You know what I mean? It's a bit like Las Vegas a little bit. The city's in the centre, and outside it's like desert and deserted places. It looks like broken down zombie areas. But they're going to pay a lot more money for people to play there if they want to do that. So I think they need to focus on. This season, I tell them to focus on the league. Don't worry about the FA Cup or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Just focus on the league, finish in the top 4, and then next season, focus on one of the cups. Because you got to start winning things.
Yes.
You got to start. That's why I know. It's like probably for so it's like I really don't know why Spurs don't concentrate on the cups the last 10 years. Do you know what I mean?
This is what I was saying, because might as well just try to go, because that cardboard game against Nottingham away, that was criminal, because you can tell we were not trying to win that game.
Yeah, which
is really weird, because we're not gonna make top 4, so let us actually try. I would have been not that mad if he at least tried to actually go for it.
Even even under Poch. Remember how Poch used to treat the cups?
Yeah, which was really weird. Like, I don't know why. Only Jose really treated those cups actually really important. The other managers, they just leave it like that and just say, let's go for the bigger ones, which are really confused because Conte always talks about how this team needs, if this team wants to win Premier Leagues, mate, we need to win FA Cups and Carabao Cups first.
Yeah, you need to get that winning feeling. They don't know what it is to like to win anything.
Exactly.
So, that's what Jose said.
Exactly.
Chelsea twice. It was like important to win the League Cup. Yeah. The first time because the players hadn't won anything at all, and the second time because the players had only like bits and pieces won. It was a new group, same as United. United hadn't won anything for
did the same
4
here.
years, 4 years, and it was a new group essentially. Getting them winning, spurring them on for the rest of the season. So it's like that's what I don't understand. It's like people who are at clubs like Spurs and like Newcastle or something like that, and a bit more, even sometimes Arsenal a little bit, even though they won a cup a few times. It's like you shouldn't really turn your nose up at them. You know what I mean? Look at some like people like the clubs could win 2 of the cups out of the 4 that you could win, or one season Man City won all the domestic trophies. So it's like, and especially this season, the way the League Cup turned out. I mean, like that third round where everyone literally went out and it was just City, Liverpool and United left, and then City drew Liverpool. I mean, come on. I mean, Jesus, look, Spurs should have taken advantage of that.
100%. 100%. You never know what's happening. Like, we already made it to a cup final already, and with, in my opinion, a worse team under Jose. So there was really no excuse to really go out like this. So,
and that's how I'm looking at it. Like, I've said it from the start of this season, and unless you are competing for Premier League and Champions League, there's no excuse not to target the FA Cup and League Cup. Zero. Unless you are a Manchester City, then there's no reason why you shouldn't target the domestic cups. And that goes for all that. That goes for Liverpool, that goes for Arsenal, that goes for Manchester United, that goes for Spurs, goes for Chelsea, and everybody below, unless you're battling relegation. But if you're like a comfortable mid-table side, why would you not? If you're not them now because they got Frank Lampard, so they're battling relegation. But Everton in the past, when they were a comfortable
Everton tax.
Yeah, they were a comfortable
mid-table
side.
Tax.
Give him time, man. Give him time.
Yeah,
give him time. He'll be in the Championship. Give him time.
Maybe they need a rebuild. Everton is a bit of a messy football club.
He'll have a lot of time when he gets sacked. He'll have a lot of time.
Exactly. A load of pundits.
If he gets sacked, then Everton, they're just fucking themselves. Personally.
Yeah, I hope they go down anyway. I hate their away ends.
Yeah, shit away though. Fuck that.
The away end isn't. I've been Everton. It's not too good.
Dump.
Nah.
Not too good. Hey, but it is the best stadium in Merseyside. It's better than that dump over the road. But we
nah, big up Tranmere, bro. Clear up both of them.
Oh yeah, I forgot that third. Big up Tranmere. You're right.
The real question is to Timo, how was the Everton pies?
Not good anyway.
Not good? No.
No.
They didn't have your curry flavored pie you love the most.
Nah, they put pigeon in it over there.
Good.
Facts.
Good.
Plus, it's overcooked as well, though. So.
They overcooked the. Oh well, that's outrageous.
I nearly had a stomach ache.
Out of 10 pies, what would you give them at school?
No, out of 10, probably 2.
Yeah. 2 pies out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Damn, what did Lampard do to the food?
Remember, this is a backdoor pilot into Timo's channel, Pies and Pints.
Exactly. I hope they go down. I hope they go down, honestly.
P&P, man. Pies and Pints.
P&P, Pies and Pints, yeah.
I've done Everton away once, that's it. No more.
And they'll do a pie chart on there as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pun.
How far? Big up to Paul. Again, you lot, if you see me going to the same names, I'm not ignoring yours because if you are a member of the channel, your question does take priority on Q&As. And link for the membership is in the pinned comment. And I will be putting the Sarcasm City merch on there as well, people. It'll be available for the members across all levels. So snapbacks, beanies, hoodies, t-shirts, and all different colors. How far can Frank take Brentford? Impressive. He could manage at an even higher level. No disrespect intended. Well, if he continues to do a good job at Brentford, somebody at a higher level will look at him. We've seen this happen with David Moyes. We've seen this happen with Graham Potter. If you're managing at that level in the Premier League and you continue to do well, somebody's going to look at you and go, all right, Eddie Howe's another one. Like I said, Graham Potter, the list goes on. Some fail, some succeed. Yeah, Poch. Yeah, Poch is a prime example. Like we've seen him, he was at Southampton. Then he did well at Southampton. Then he went Spurs. He did well at Spurs. Then he ended up at PSG. So like that's how it works out in terms of management. Oh, yeah, could he manage at a high level? He just got to continue performing well at Brentford.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because Premier League clubs get a lot of money now in the Premier League. Like Brentford will get like hundreds of millions of pounds no matter where they finish. So it's like if like a big club, like say suddenly Everton sack Frank, which I think they will do, and they go for someone like Thomas Frank. Frank might like go, what's actually, do you know what? The way Everton are run or anything like that, staying at Brentford's a better choice for my career. Do you know what I mean? Because they're going to be comfortable again. They're going to be comfortably placed in the Premier League again. They're not going to get relegated, I don't think. And remember, they smashed Liverpool without their best player, Ivan Toney. And even if he didn't get injured, he's probably going to get banned for the betting thing, isn't he? So for a number of games. So
I did see them though. They're getting a new striker from Freiburg. Yeah,
I saw that. When I noticed him, I was playing FIFA today. I noticed him on that. On the scouts brought him up, but that he looks like a good player. But that's what I mean. But if someone comes in like, Leicester might sign Rodgers, and it's like Brentford are probably in a better place than both Everton and Leicester at the moment in time, and it might be a down step like away. It's like Brentford are comfortable. They've got the new stadium. They're picking up some good players. I thought they might be in trouble after letting Eriksen go in the summer, or Eriksen decided not to sign with them in the summer. And I thought maybe it might be a bit. But Ivan Toney stepped up, very good, and other players like that, Wimber. So he might think that's a step down, something like that. So I wouldn't be like thinking. It'd have to be one of the big six or big seven, or whatever you want to say, that come in that could tempt him. That could only tempt him at this moment in time.
I agree. I was just going to say that if it's not a big six club, stay where you're at. If it's not Spurs, because they're probably the most likely, stay where you're at. Why go to a Leicester or Everton where it's a worse situation and you're under more pressure, specifically Everton? Or same way with a West Ham.
Over £500 million since that new guy went in Everton. Over £500 million they've spent. Yeah. That's without the stadium stuff. Yeah. It's £500 million. That's crazy.
Which is actually insane when you think about it.
Insane, right?
Brentford's expectation probably a top half though. I don't think they're going to.
Facts.
No, but that's good for Brentford. It's progression.
Yep.
Staying in the Premier League is what it's all about for Brentford. Mm-hmm. Now, after if you do it 3 or 4 or 5 years in a row, then what's the ambition next? It's a try. I would say if you're not wrongly overspending, then you target a League Cup or something like that, or something like that. That's what I would do. But I'm saying when it comes to it, they're better placed than teams who you historically say are bigger, like Leicester and Everton, because Everton have got financial restrictions as well. I think due to the Premier League's FFP rules, so they can't spend a lot. That's why they let Richarlison go for 60 million. They didn't replace him, which is why they should have accepted our bid for Anthony Gordon, man. Because they could have bought some players. You know what I mean? Instead, it's he's not done well, and that's fine because he's a young player, and he's at a club where a guy doesn't know what he's doing. So but Thomas Frank should stay where he is, unless, like you say, unless something happens in the summer and say Conte leaves Spurs, which is a possibility. Then that's the only club.
But I think I wouldn't mind Thomas Frank either.
Normally, when you heard about promotion teams going up to the Premier League, it's like, all right, second season syndrome. What are they going to be the ones that are going to be relegated? I can't think of any other teams than Brentford that has a better stint in the Premier League for 2 seasons.
Bournemouth had about 7. Wigan had about 10, something like that. There's been
Stoke did well. As did Burnley.
Stoke did well. Bolton.
What was the question?
You were talking about teams who have come up from the Championship and then stayed up and been solid and solidified. Plus, we don't know how Brentford is gonna. What's it called? We don't know how this season finishes for Brentford. They could go.
Say Leicester stop with that.
Yeah, Leicester have done very well as
Leicester
well.
have had a
But
good few years now, and I'm on the
That-
Wolves I would have put up there if it weren't for the last year or two.
yeah, like we don't know how Brentford are going to do now without Ivan Toney for a long period of time. That could have an effect.
I want to see because it's obviously I want to see if they go for another striker. This guy they bought, I think, is like more of a wider player.
He plays all right, but he can also kind of play striker. Like he fits the kind of build what Thomas Frank kind of wants to have at a Brentford team. Like he's tall as well, so physical. So now, like, it's gonna be interesting because like Brentford got money. Like they're not broke. They're not a broke team.
No.
So it's now Brentford is a really good project for him. He's loved by the fans. He's not really in a hurry to leave the club either. I think he only signed a new extension only like couple months ago, so he's comfortable.
Yeah, so like that's what it is. That's why you have to be very careful with football. Like things can change legit in like 2-3 days. Like everyone just New Year's Eve was talking about Arsenal winning the league title. Then they drew to Newcastle. Now all of a sudden title race is back on. All of a sudden I'm getting asked at Manchester United in the title race. We fast forward a few weeks back. That's not happening. I'm not getting asked that question. Never in a million. Like things can change and let us go and lose. We got some tough fixtures coming up. Let us go and lose the next of our couple of our Premier League games. Then the question will be, can United finish in the top 4? Let Chelsea go on a run and win some games. It's all top 4s back on.
Huh?
Like now just can change. Like
no, that's too far. That's too far.
No. What I'm saying is that's what would happen. So you telling me if you lot did like look what you lot beat Bournemouth and your fans were talking about? Yeah, Chelsea about. Let you get a result.
Yeah, they're idiots. We played well for 30 minutes.
I ain't saying they're right. I'm just saying that's how quickly things can change in football. If you lot beat City 2-0 tomorrow, it's top 4 races back on is the conversation. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's the conversation.
Yeah, you know what? I hear you, bro. I hear you. It would be.
Yeah, like is it stupid? Yes, but it would be the conversation. Same way a United in a title race to me is a stupid conversation. And that's me as a United. But like I run bands and run jokes with it and stuff like that. But do I genuinely believe it? No. I love to hear it though, because it's a great conversation to be having. But do I believe there's any substance in it? Absolutely not. It could be worse. Yeah. I'm saying we could be Liverpool or Chelsea or some shit. So
Yeah, watch your mouth, man.
Look how low our stocks are, bruv.
I don't care, man.
We are genuinely
the place could be burned down. I won't take anything from Flawless like that. I'll still battle. Do you know what I mean? I'll be last man standing. I'll be Captain America.
Hope we don't lose
Captain America Endgame before the portals, man. That's what I am. You know what I mean?
United's the one top 6 team we ain't lost to in a minute. Just don't lose to them.
Yeah, we just hella draws. That's what we do. This is always draw all the time.
More draws than a fucking coffee shop in Dam, bruv.
Facts,
man.
Couldn't
be in the entire Ollie era.
I'm saying. Facts. Paul says if your team was to sign one player out of Trossard or Matoma, who is it? I've really enjoyed Matoma of late. Joy to watch. I've only seen Matoma a few times. He does look decent. And Trossard's been a good Premier League player. But I'm not gonna lie, I won't want either of them at my football club. That's just me.
I take Trossard. I don't know enough about Matoma. I don't know anything.
Where did Matoma come from? Any of you might know.
He came from Japan. He was literally just playing. Only a few years he was only playing in the university there.
Oh, see,
yeah, he was playing university football and then came to the Premier League.
Right, he might have been part of that World Cup team.
Yeah, he was part of the World Cup team, and he was actually playing quite well too. From my knowledge, like I think if he were to make a move for a bigger club than Brentford, then I think it would be like a squad player, in my opinion.
Taza says, "Get me Eden Trossard, best Belgian ever." This guy, yo. Yeah, I'm cool.
You meant to say Eden Hazard, bro. But it's cool.
I'm cool. As much as I like Trossard on a Reign, I don't want him at my football club. If he was, be a squad player. Like I'm not trying to break the bank.
To be fair, you need squad players though.
That is true, but I think we could do better for the price he would cost.
How much is the price?
I think he would cost. If Cucurella went for what, 60 million?
No, because what's the cost? Because Trossard's contract runs out in the summer.
No, I think they extended it for. I think there's an option to extend it for a year. I think they triggered it.
Oh, for a
Hey,
year.
Cam in the chat, yo, Cam
Oh,
short,
okay.
man. This guy. Go on.
Oh,
How much was Cucurella? 60M.
62 in the end. It was 62.
Yeah, so it's like Trossard. I think they would ask for probably around that or more. So let's
But
say
to be
60 million, 70 million. I don't want to pay that for a squad player.
But to be fair to that, though, like Sofa said, the only just if they did extend the contract, then his contract runs out the next summer after this one that's coming up.
I think
So
was
it
he
would be
28, something like that. Was
yeah,
it
28, 27, 28 around that age. So
next summer he'll be 29. That's what do you want to do?
I think as a squad player, he would be actually a good option for a lot of teams. Me personally,
yeah.
I don't think actually with his contract being so low, I don't think it would be actually that expensive a deal to do. Like this would be kind of similar situation like Sterling, in my opinion, because you gotta remember like Sterling only also had only like a year left on his deal, and he only cost like cheap. So I don't know, but I think it's worth it. I would take any day of the week as a squad player.
Yeah, it's a price thing. You got the right price, yeah. Because I think as a squad player, do a job. Kind of like how Jota went to Liverpool. That's what it would remind me of. Like, can play in the first team and will put in good performances and get goals. Because I swear, didn't Jota not score like 15 goals in his first season for them last one?
Yeah,
Like, on Trossard would probably, maybe not that high, but he put in performances and get numbers as well. I'm saying. And Timo, what y'all got you smiling like that?
No, nothing. I'm just reading someone's. I don't want to say it, but don't make it too obvious.
All right, cool. I say no more.
Be you, man.
Like, yeah, man. Be you, as Jess says. Be you.
Shout out to Michael B. Jordan.
Shout out to whoever the girl is that got this guy smiling like that.
No, it's not girl. It's not girl. Don't worry, it's not girl.
Which one is it?
I'm just reading some stuff.
Is it Enzo Fernandez?
It's main obvious.
Put it in the private chat. You lot bump up the likes.
Private chat either. It's too.
It's quiet thing.
Here we go.
No. He's got his little in the know.
It's ITK. Okay. Fast. But you lot, bump up the likes. I know they ain't high enough. We even hit 50 likes. How many likes are we on? Girls up, man. Girls up. Get the likes up. Subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Roll to 5K people. We go live every day. The Man United podcast will be on tomorrow, where I'll be discussing all things Manchester United. And then you will get the Chelsea versus Manchester City watching on here as well. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule. It lets you know all of the shows that are coming up on a weekly basis. That is your Sarcasm City TV guide. So make sure you check out and get your questions in as well. Undertaker CFC says now Chelsea are not in for Enzo. They will have enough money for Felix. Do you think Chelsea will go in for him? You think you lot will go in? That's the Chelsea done.
Felix is nothing to do with Enzo. Yeah, it's a loan deal. Yeah, it's a loan deal. Listen, I would say this: Enzo deal. I don't know what's happening. Enzo deal. Anything could change. You know
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at something.
That's good, man. But the Felix deal was. I don't know, man. Felix deal is probably. I don't see the benefit of it unless there's a guaranteed option to buy, obligation to buy. I don't know, man.
You know, laughing at Lukaku's touch people. That's what it is.
Bro, you should have watched him during the game, man. He's fucking shit.
Oh man, this guy. Chelsea are fucked. Like this would be another 4 years of loaning him out. It's peak.
Yeah, bro. But the thing is, financially, we covered his transfer fee last season by selling over 100 million. So we haven't lost anything. We just get a loan fee out and actually make more on him, even if it's like under 10 million euros. You make a profit of him and just let him run his contract down. I don't care, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's out. You know, loan him to whoever. But back to the Felix thing, I don't know. The Felix rumours have died down, haven't they? Last couple of days for any club. You know what I mean?
Well, reports came out today. I think he said that they want. This is just reports, people, so no facts. But like 16 million, like loan fee, like that's what they want. And then obviously with the option to buy. Taza was saying it's in regards to United. I was like 16 million.
16 million. That's without covering, and they want the club to cover
the entire the wages.
Well, which is about. I read about near 250 a week.
See, that's just you just have to negotiate that. That's what that is. I look at that and go, just negotiate that. Like 16 M's, like you can because I think we offered reports are saying we offered 4, they want 16, so you can meet somewhere in the middle on that. And then with the wages, United have anyone who's negotiating for João Felix is dealing from a position of power. Atletico Madrid want him gone. He doesn't want to be there. So therefore, whoever goes in for him is the A side of that negotiation. So United need to go and take advantage of that situation and go get João Felix in because we need a striker. Martial got injured. I'm not sure what his injury is, but I know he walked down the tunnel. Donny got injured as well and went down the tunnel.
Hey, who's Donny?
Oh, that picture that Donny,
yeah,
the guy. I know the guy didn't mean it, but slipping. He should have still got sent off for that.
The follow through.
The leg went back. It's lucky it wasn't broken. It was probably actually. I don't know. Actually, maybe he isn't lucky because if it's probably worse. It's knee ligament damage or something like that.
I heard it. Taza and Eddie was saying ACL or something like that. That's what they were saying.
Well, whatever it is, that was horrible. And the thing about Martial is like how if you're a Man United fan or something like that, when do you go? Dude's been here since 2015. Do you know what I mean? 2015, he's been here. Do you know what I mean? So we're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th season here, right? 8 seasons, right? Dig this. In 2 years, he's due a testimonial. He stays there. You know what I mean? It's like, how long? When do you go? Nah. Do you know what I mean? Because that's probably your fan base as well. That people have got Martial, and I like Rance, but Rance rates Martial very highly, right? And and he also rates the pie as well, which is I find weird. So, but
it's the pie one I can't get with.
The pie one is like, Martial's shown glimpses of greatness, right? He's really only had one real decent season, like scoring wise, totally right. That was Ollie, I think, 2021 season, something like that. Mm-hmm. But again, it's never consistent. The other is it's always never consistent. So I'm out of form or injury. It's another injury again, and you can't rely on him. So when do you go, we need a striker? Do you know what I mean? Rashford's in great form, but we all know it's not going to last, right? He's a good player, but we all know it's not going to last. It hardly ever lasts, right? So where's the backup for him? We know Rashford doesn't like really playing down the middle. He likes playing wide, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got Sancho in and out. You got Garnacho just coming in. You got Anthony's just coming to the Premier League and had a good start, but as sometimes as all new signings happen, that it levels it out and he's getting used to the league again. So if I'm a United fan, I'm going, we need a strike. We need at least 2 strikers maybe to come in because we can't rely on Martial.
What I've been saying I said this the entire summer. I said this all during this season. There was a United fan in here talking rubbish. You know what I'm saying? And this guy idiot. There was a United fan in here talking rubbish about Martial. I was like, oh, he's so good. Why did he get criticized? I say all the time, is he talented? Yes. I don't doubt that man's skill set one bit. He cannot stay fit. I think it was Mertaza who stated this and was like, even if he played every Premier League game from now up until the end of the season, this was last week, it would be 29 matches. I'm like, that's not enough.
29 matches.
You can't be missing 9 matches due to injury. You can't be playing 29 games when you are trying to challenge for top honors. Your first team, whoever. So whether it's your first choice striker, winger, midfielder, defender, whatever it is, you need to be relied upon. I was critical of Pogba, the same thing. I criticized Martial. I criticized Dembele for these things. If you don't play what you say.
So just Premier League appearances since he signed for Man United. So 15, 16, 31, 16, 17, 25, 17, 18, 30, 18, 19, 27, 19, 20, which is his best return for a goal, 32, 20, 21, 22. He had 8 last season, but he went on loan, didn't he, as well? And he got injured on loan as well. Do you remember he got injured on loan as well? Do you remember that? And then 8 this season.
Not enough.
It's not enough, right?
It's not enough. And I don't even criticize him for, like I said, I don't even think he's been bad this season. I've actually liked his performances.
Yeah.
Not so much the last 2, but I've actually liked his performances. I don't think he's been as bad as certain people have made up. I'm like, you can be a part of something, but then you go get injured and get crocked again. So it's like at the time, it's like, all right, this is why I said the entire summer, we need 3 strikers. 2 minimum. I was saying this because when Ronaldo was here, it was like we have one striker who's not good enough and one who's not fit.
Yeah.
We could guarantee Martial plays the 95% of matches. I'll be cool with that. I'd have no qualms about him. Because I know he's going to get goals, he's going to get assists, he's going to be a foil for others. He's going to be an asset to have. Well, he's not like, and that's just legit what it is. And that it can be a player I'm a fan of, but when is enough is enough? Like, what is it? Is it 10 years? Like, is it 12 years? Like, we still waiting for you to just be available? Nah. Like, and that's where it is. Like I said, the United fan, he was in there talking rubbish about him. All of a sudden, Martial gets injured and he's disappeared. Man, ain't seen him. Legit. The United fan yesterday talking rubbish about Martial.
Yeah, I remember that. Still, like, and it's a shame because I do rate him as a player as well. But at the end of the day, man, like, and this is the game. Is the game? Like, imagine having somebody like this. This is something I say about Ryan Sessegnon as well. He's our backup left wing back, but he's injury prone. You know how fuck the sucks. So if our main wing back gets injured, and then you have an injury prone player as well as a backup, and then he gets injured, who's gonna come in? There needs somebody from the academy needs to come in. And this is what I say about like Martial. Like, he has the ability. He can be a squad player at United, but if he can't even stay fit, maybe even if he becomes a squad player, might be it's time for him to move on from United. Might be that.
That's why I wouldn't force him out. But if like a bid came in for him, I'd be like, all right, cool. But we need two strikers. I said this, we need a senior striker like number one, backup, and a youngster. Like, that's the three I would prefer. Because then all of a sudden we look better in central areas. I'm saying, even though I would play Jadon Sancho centrally. So then you could chalk one of them off, go get two strikers and have Sancho. Then you got three players vying for that one spot. You got Rashford and Garnacho. Get Diallo back, whoever he's recalled or comes back in the summer. You got Anthony Diallo. All of a sudden, we look better in offensive areas, and all of a sudden, the squad looks it's in much better shape in terms of offensive options. And then you can look at the midfield, and you can look at the fullback area, you can look at the centre backs. So that's what I like about it. Go on.
That's why Gakpo should have been signed, really.
Yeah, Gakpo
should have been signed, really, because he could play that. So he could play that.
Did you guys see the report today earlier about Pep Linders? How much he gets so much control?
Go on, tell us what was the report. There
was some reports in the morning saying something like how much for how most of the decisions here that happened improved for transfers and everything, that Pep Linders has a massive influence in it. And I was like, how does the assistant manager have that much power? And I know he's Klopp's boy, but I don't know. It might just be me.
Because he's Pep Bad Boy Linders, that's why. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I want to know this. Right. Two things for Liverpool fans. It's like, if you lot are blaming him more than Klopp for your downturn this season, does that mean we can put praise him for your success recently? And that's also, right. Second of all, number two, does that mean Klopp is not the manager we thought he was, that he allows his number two to take control?
This is what I said once.
Lastly, why does everyone keep talking about our assistant manager? You keep bringing him up. We don't know. We didn't know what his name was until you brought him up. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know who Graham Potter's number two. I don't know his name.
I don't even know Conte's number two.
Exactly right. Do you know who? I don't know. Ten Hag number two. I don't know.
What's his name? I forgot his name.
You're not supposed to know it. I'm not supposed to. I don't know Pep's number two, like at City. I don't know that. I only knew it was Arteta because Arteta played.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know who sits beside it. It's like, it's funny. Liverpool fans are like, yeah, well, I don't want Pep Linders to turn over. Klopp's one of the greatest managers of all time. Klopp is the main reason you're in this mess. Yeah, nothing to do. You can try and blame Pep Linders all you want, but Klopp's got to take some blame in this mess as well.
It's awful, man. It's always Pep Linders when Liverpool lose the games, but if they win,
it's Klopp when they win. Yeah, it's Klopp when they win. Yeah,
it's very funny.
Yes, Cams, we saying you good? Add him back, click him back into it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
John, you start talking about Liverpool.
It's Timo, man. It's Timo.
I said I joined because I saw, they're not talking about Liverpool. I'm going to join now. John, you start talking about
No,
Liverpool.
because you were literally talking about stuff, and I just really because I was reading through my timeline, and I literally just saw that it's again. I was like, oh, I need to talk about this Pep Linders real quick because like it's just funny how I don't know. You probably is funny because like one day they mentioned them when Liverpool lose, and then when Liverpool win, talking about how club is the mastermind and stuff. Like it's just a bit confusing for me sometimes. Like. I just don't like how you fans sometimes doesn't want to give club any sort of like stake, like, and it's cool to give manager stake, like the City fans that I see like the 10 on Twitter.
I've seen a lot of people cooking Klopp. I've seen a lot of people cooking Klopp.
People like Klopp out. There is fans who like
Klopp out is too far. Like, how are you not going to give him like a chance to like redeem himself? The guy that's won everything. No manager, and there's only one other manager in Premier League history that's won everything. No one else has done that. You're not going to give him time to redeem himself. Come on.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Like, this is what I said. Like, I agree though. Like, see, this is what I said to you earlier though. Like, I don't think it's as bad, but again, I think because I don't know. I think Liverpool fans just can't stick it that they might end up in the Europa League or Conference League.
Do you know what? I think a lot of them need to come to terms with it because I want us to be in the Europa League for people to see how bad it is. I don't want us to go on a run and scrape Champions League or do anything like that. I want us to get Europa League.
Just for a slap in the face to everybody to realise the actual bad state that Liverpool are in.
Yeah, obviously we'd have to take the banter that comes with it, like United do every time they're going at or Spurs or Arsenal. But like, I think that's what's needed. So I'll be honest.
First. Yeah, first. Again, you lot continue to get your questions in. Shah says, I got the feeling Ten Hag likes him a lot though. He does because he's a good player, but again, he's looking at it from a cleaner slate than I am. It's not 7 years, he's just got here. So he's just looking at it right now. It's been from July, August up until January. So he's assessing him now like he's assessing everybody else. This is why when people was on Ten Hag at the start of the season and was like, why has he not dropped Maguire? Why is he still the captain? Blah, 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 all this rubbish. I'm like, yo, he's just got here.
Yeah, Maguire played doing well yesterday, man.
I'm saying. I wouldn't say really well, but yeah, he did well. Yeah. I wouldn't say really well. I thought he was good.
He hasn't dropped a bad game in a minute.
Who?
Maguire. He hasn't dropped a bad game in a minute.
Oh, you missed him getting skinned against who was it? Was it Forest? He got skinned against somebody. Was it Forest?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think it was Forest. Someone skinned him.
Let's pretend we didn't see it.
Yeah,
I never happened.
I don't remember that.
He plays well for England, and people just forget that, you know what I'm saying? Giroud dunked on him for that French winner, but we move. But yeah, like,
wait, that wasn't John Stones?
Say again?
That wasn't John Stones?
No, it was Maguire.
Giroud tax, man. Giroud's good.
It was Maguire, isn't it? But he plays better for England, though. But yeah, as I was saying, so like everyone's getting a clean slate because he's not looking at it from United fans like myself and others who are like, yo, such and such has been here 5 years, 6 years, he's not good. So that's what it is. Paul says United have 2 assistant managers. I think different roles. McLaren, Van der. See, I don't even know this. I
knew that Van der Gaag. But there was that other guy. Is it Mitchell? Something.
See, I don't even know.
Yeah, some other Dutch Donny that's his assistant.
See, you know more than me. That's what I'm saying. So that's how I'm looking at it. So yeah, it's kind of like that's. We'll see what go on, and that's why I give Ten Hag like a clean slate in regards to how he's judging the players. Give everyone ample chance to succeed or fail. And because I know who I rate in this team and who I don't. Or even the players I don't rate are putting in good performances. So no complaints. That's all I want. As long as they continue to perform well, I'm a short. The way
Rashford where's McTominay at?
On the
bench? Is he injured?
No, he's on the bench.
Oh, shit, he's on the bench.
He's been on the bench. Yeah.
I miss
don't get in the team. Just don't get in the team, innit? Him and Fred are on the bench because it's Casemiro Ericsson is the starting 2.
Hey, Fred off the bench he's very good off the bench.
When you are in front, yes.
Yeah.
When you're in front, yes.
He tends to change games when he comes on.
Was he just high on it? Because all of Fred's best attributes are without the ball. That's why.
That's true.
Everything he's really good at is without the ball. Like his energy, his tenacity, his tackling, his closing down, covering ground, winning the ball back. That's all. Like when you're not dominating.
Casemiro as well, man. Like, that he's fucking ridiculous.
Yep.
There's no words for that guy.
It's top quality, man. And that he has so much quality that you don't have to defend him. That's what I always say. When playing constantly getting defended all up and down a timeline, all up on social media every time they have a good game, they're just not that good. Because why do you need every player I genuinely rate? I don't defend like that. I don't have to defend Casemiro. I know how good he is. Yeah, go on, Cams.
No, I was going to say, I remember those, like, even when he was at Madrid, clubs said people from England don't be watching Real Madrid like that. And I remember saying, like, when Fabinho was having his time, we were winning league champions. I'm like, yo, this guy's still not better than Casemiro. People are like, what? How can you say that? He's winning Champions League, Premier League. Like, Casemiro is just a different level altogether.
The thing is, it's very weird that people judge Casemiro based on their age. Like, look at what Thiago Silva has done. It's not about the age, though. It's about the profile of the players. And that's why we have some issue with these modern people that have been in social media a lot, because they think they act like a robots, basically. Mm-hmm. And it's just weird as well. Like, many of these people that are on social media, that's we all know that they're averaging about 18 years old, so they don't know anything much.
People are foolish.
That's why we call people based on the feelings than facts.
What?
Yeah, when I'm on Twitter, I forget like the age range on Twitter and like where people are at. Like when I'm reading something, I'm thinking, what? And then I just remember.
Twitter up.
And them young duns, man. Fuck them.
I mean, not only Chelsea fans. I still can't believe the ban me. It's not only Chelsea fans acting like robots. Mostly all the top 6 clubs.
It's all the Premier League fans, man. The loudest.
And to Chris, who says I'm firing Arsenal fans who say Party is better, it's mad. Don't even worry about it, Chris, man. Like, just let them be. That's just the Arsenal fans for you. Let them be that. Last season, it was Ben White's better than Varane. That's no longer a conversation.
Arsenal just been good as a team, like, but Casemiro, you can just see as an individual, he's just like, he's like head and shoulders.
Oh, that fraud, that number 5 fraud.
God of Frog says, if we lose to City twice, it'll make us pony up the cash for Enzo. Let's bet. So I'm guessing he's saying that as a Chelsea fan. I don't know.
Not happening, man.
I don't think you lot making a bid for Enzo is dependent on losing to City or not. I don't think so.
Enzo's going to Madrid and we're getting better. That's what's happening. Yeah, it's happening.
Timo, what are you saying? Do you think if Potter loses his next 2, 3, 4 matches, he'll get sacked?
Absolutely not. There's no way.
Oh, you think Todd's gonna? Okay.
Why would we waste 80 million of contract in a season?
Yeah.
First,
there's no way.
Me and Peter and I forgot we said it earlier. They're saying, imagine they get the Zerbi next from Brighton.
These fans man.
Hey,
this is why. No sympathy whatsoever. These lot deserved it big time. Those who want to go up, by the way, are the same people that want Potter out. Why are you jumping the ship so quick then?
Because they're flip flops. That's why.
Sandals,
but you know what it is though. Flo, is to what Peter was saying. This was all a conspiracy theory by Brighton. They wanted to upgrade on Potter, so they said, you know what, let him go, and we just go and get the Serbi. This was always our plan.
Hey, Jess, let's not forget you want Potter as well, man. Allow it.
Yeah, I forget. What's it called? But I also said on the first day, on the first day, when the Serbi got hired by Brighton, I said I rate him as a manager highly.
They got Antonio, man.
You wish you won Potter, didn't you? I hope you enjoy that Conte, man. See, 4-0, you'll be all right, man. 4-0. You got Portsmouth on Sunday. You should beat them.
I mean, are you going to beat City though today?
Osama bin Laden got reincarnated as Conte, you know.
Jesus Christ.
Osama bin Conte, is that what you're saying?
Antonio.
Bro, I remember when they got him, there were fans crying. There was Tottenham fans crying in the stadium when they got him.
What? No. To be fair to them, I kind of understand it
because, bro, that Nuno brother, it's a reason why he's in Saudi Arabia now coaching. That guy was us, but at the same time, I was like, see, this is the funny part. All of them got shut up because Conte got signed. Nobody continued this whole Enik Levy out thing. Now they want to do this again. I hate these people.
God of Frog says maybe the fans need to put pressure on Potter and make it hostile to the point he walks out. We did it with Sarri. He was actually half decent. Why can't we do it with Potter Potty? Potter Potty's a fire slander name, number one. Number two, the reason why you can't do it with Potter because he's just got there. This is me. I have no allegiances to Potter. I don't care what happens to him. Like I have zero emotional attachment. I hope he performs poorly. However, you can't give him a team without a window. Should even had a window yet. Like, should he be doing better? Yes, but you can't be protesting.
Chelsea are volatile, man. Chelsea can do whatever, innit?
Yeah, but you like. I think it's wrong.
He just posted something, man. Look at this guy.
Yeah, I think it's wrong to be calling for the manager's head when you don't have any of his players. That's zero. Like, that's just unfair. Like, you can give out. What manager goes in with that group of players and does bits?
Yeah, none, because Tuchel's arguably a better manager than Potter, and they weren't doing it for him. So,
and Tuchel is better.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone's going, "Oh, we'll get Enrique in, and he'll do this and he'll do that." First of all, right, Enrique's a great coach, yeah, but out of Barca, away from Barcelona, his management career stinks. Okay, Celta Vigo and Roma, he sucked. And sorry for Spain, I'm sorry, man. If you're still playing old man Busquets and forcing Rodri in a back four, then you don't deserve any top job in my opinion.
I could not believe that in the World Cup.
Do you know what I mean? So, and you're playing like Ferran Torres and
bro, this criminal. I'm not the biggest Morata fan, but Morata was actually playing well for Spain, and you benched him for Ferran Torres.
Oh, Morata, I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, Morata might not be able to finish his dinner, but the guy is a good footballer. Like, I don't understand.
Hey, man. And Ferran Torres apparently better, man.
Nah, man.
And Dani Olmo, oh my goodness! Don't let him get away with this Dani Olmo thing. That was criminal. Stinks.
Oh, Spain have no hoopers though, man. No proper hoopers.
And that's it. Like, man saying, big up the fake X in the chat as well. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you leave a like. People fake accounts 2023, you know. So yeah, big up the fake X in the chat. Big up the real expressions though. Large of the real expressions. But yeah, Ten Hag ball is fire, but shout out to expressions.
His Monk accent was fire.
Who's
X's when he was talking about Gary Neville at Valencia.
Oh, is this on the Band Sports Houston?
Yeah.
I've not watched it yet. I've not watched the new one yet.
I was dying.
I have to check it out. I'm gonna have to check it out. Shout out to Rance as well. So yeah, got the Frogs. Surfer made the point. You had a better manager in Tuchel and wasn't getting better results like that. The players just ain't good. You need a rebuild.
So I mean, they're on. So people, oh yeah, Potter's not going to do it. So you want these players onto their fourth manager in 3 hits? I mean, what is the point? What is the point? I mean, I envy sometimes the American sports where one season they can cancel contracts and just get rid of 12 people all at once. That's what I would do at this point, man. What's the matter with you now?
Why has he got Conte as his backdrop, man?
Why is this guy laughing, man? What is wrong with you?
Because he's a weirdo, fam. What the hell?
I know he's a weirdo.
I said Mino's tweet, man. I love it. Mino's tweet.
I'm gonna look here, but this better be funny. I'm just gonna look just because this guy thinks it's so funny.
Did you know out of all the managers in the top 6, Ten Hag has the best winning percentage?
Yeah, he does. It's like 75% or something.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me actually because he's been here the short.
He's been only here for a season. Yeah.
Apart from Potter, in it, like
people try to act like he's got like a bum team, but that he's got a good team.
I relax with all that comes. You know what I'm saying?
No, but like
he's got a decent team, but he's getting the best.
He's got a good team. Come on, he's got a good team. He's getting the best out of some players that people thought weren't good enough, but he has got a good team. Like Rashford, let's not get it twisted. Rashford's was in poor form for a while, but Rashford's a good player. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just thinking everything else.
The back four is solid. Like Luke Shaw's a good player. Luke Shaw's a good player.
Yeah, a little bit of column A, little
bit.
The
midfield now is very good with Casemiro in there.
I hear you. Yeah.
But I think even Bruno's been doing his thing. Last few games,
Bruno has played well this season. Yeah, you know what comes? You right. You got me. You right. No. You right. But yeah, he's surprised me, and like I said, the players have as well. And Tashai says it was the worst Manchester United team in Premier League history statistically last season. Yeah, but we've added a lot, and the players we've added have made a huge difference. Specifically, Martinez, Casemiro, and Eriksen. I throw Malacia in there as well. I throw Anthony in there as well. So that's what it is. But yeah, Kams is right still. I'm just liking what I'm seeing. Shaw's a good player, but it's a mentality thing. So then it's like that comes back to the availability thing, C1. It's like, what use are you? Like such and such is a good player, but he's always injured. It's the same thing. I look at the same thing. Manchester United technically have more depth than most Premier League teams, and you're likely to add to it in January. If we have more depth than most Premier League teams suck. Because our depth isn't good. Our depth sucks. Even though it's playing well and backup players are playing well, I ain't trying to see these man over a 5, 6, 7 more game period. No.
The backup. I've seen the backup players they on the bench for United. I don't rate them, man. Man.
Langer and McTominay and that. No.
Man.
I think our depth is pretty good apart from his midfield. Our midfield is fucking shit.
Midfield's not good. You got decent depth.
We've got one world class midfielder, and he's not like fit all the time.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And yeah, of course, Chris Ten Hag deserves credit for those signings. Absolutely. He gets full credit for those signings. Full credit. That's the best window we've had in years. Easily. Yeah, even some of Fergie's years. Easily. Like probably minus like the Van Persie window. It's probably the best window since that. Which was 12, 13. So yeah, like 10 years because we're in 2023.
Ooh, what about 2016 summer when you signed like Zlatan, Pogba?
I put that behind this one.
Yeah, just because the impact.
They did deliver a couple of trophies. So this one has to do the same.
That's true.
But like where it's at right now, I would say this one is better than that. But they have to deliver.
Yeah.
They got to deliver a trophy. And then deliver another trophy out, and I look at it like that because I'm expecting a trophy this season.
Yeah, that man won a treble still.
You won a treble?
And 2016 guys, they won a treble.
The Community Shield. You count Community Shields in that, yo. That Community Shield better be full of vibranium or some shit.
A treble is a treble.
Mourinho had the World the free.
Yeah, he did mention that. He did mention the Charity Shield win as well. He was like
outrageous.
I forgot we won the Charity Shield this season. Fucking hell, that seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it does.
Peter told you, man, about the curse, man.
Bro, Nunes scored in that, and I thought we had a gem.
That's right, yeah. And Haaland missed a good chance. I told you he's going to fail. The man's on in the 20-plus league goals already.
Oh, my God.
When he smiled when he missed that, I was like, fuck. I was on some dodgy little Turkish TV on holiday. I was like, oh, no. He's gonna kill everyone.
So good is acceptable at United. Enough already. Relax. F your good went world class like Casemiro. Of course, Paul. That's the aim. But you might sign someone who's good, who then becomes great, who then becomes world class. There's very few world class players available. They're like Casemiro was just fortunate. But the level of Casemiro don't exist like that. Players the level of Varane don't exist. You have to go and sign good players, great players, and then hope they return the favor. Like Martinez. I didn't expect Martinez to be this good. No chance. Easily one of the best centre backs in the league.
That's why I don't believe that like Farmers League tax when players get signed, because like what are you just gonna sign players from the Premier League and not sign players from abroad?
By the way,
these players make the league better.
A lot of stinky players in this league too. People don't want to know that. They just don't know it yet.
You know, Emerson might be the worst right back the Prem's ever seen.
Bro, brother, and this Conte criminal, this is why he pisses me off. Like, he brought him on before Spence. Something must have happened. Like, Spence must have told him his wake is fake.
It's the whole thing with Barca. Even before that, like, Barca bought him, sold him to Real Betis, bought him back, and then sold him in the exact same window that they bought him for like a 20 million profit to Spurs. I was like, what the fuck?
This is when I knew something was not right. And I knew it. I knew this fraud was gonna do something. And you know what, Paracetamol. This is his new name, man.
Paracetamol.
If Chelsea hijack Modric, then who gets the smiling merchant? Who's the smiling merchant, Taza? You don't know who's talking about?
Leo.
Wait, what?
See?
No, it was Leo. When you watch Leo.
Oh, does he not rate Taza? Don't you rate with Leo?
No, surely not.
I think he's trolling. I don't know. I've never actually asked him.
Unless I'm wrong, but I think
he definitely rates Leo. He's Mataz's type of player. He's definitely Mataz's.
I saw a video where Leo literally smiles every time when he shoots or something.
Yeah. Oh no, he's saying he likes Leo. It's just funny. All right, first. I don't know. Leo's on. If he just continues to play at the level he's playing at, I'm going to be interested to watch him against Spurs as well in this Champions League run and see how he does. But yeah, Leo. I
was actually watching him today in the morning because they play at 11:30 today.
Yeah,
he was really good, man.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I like Leo.
Cracked, man. Cracked. And then Portugal guys say, what is it? Crack. He's cracked.
Says the Farmer League taxes a load of rubbish. Look at Ericsson. Look, washed in Serie A, had the big health issue, and now all of a sudden he looks like one of the better United players. I didn't watch him in Serie A like that, but I know that from watching him at Spurs, watching him play for Denmark, I know he's a quality player. That's why I didn't think we would sign him. Legit.
Prem fans do not tell you about that. They don't show you that when they're looking at like where players do well. Like, they'll only show you when a player does well in a foreign league and when they fail in the Premier League. That's what I've noticed. It's really strange. Really strange how that works.
I don't get the defense of the Premier. I don't get that either. That's one thing I don't. People love fighting over imaginary trophies.
Tell me about it. I sit and have this conversation with my friends all the time. I'm like, the Premier's not the best league. And man nearly started crying saying, it's the best league. It's like, I know your team plays it, but it's not that deep.
I don't care. So the Premier League is the best league in the world. What trophy does that get my football club? It's imaginary trophy that people will fight over. And I used to do this when I was younger, but not now. I'm like, all right, so the Premier League's better than the Liga, and Serie A. Okay, now what? What does that mean for the football club? Nothing. That's why I don't have that. I think it's a foolish debate, to be honest.
Very foolish.
Because there's no end game for it. There's no goal. Like, all right, well, congrats, innit? Like, you are Blue Peter badge. Serie A, the Premier League's the best league in Europe. Your team still sucks, so what difference does it make?
Yeah.
I just want my team to win the competition. That's why I don't even be like, it's a Farmers League, this, and that. But then people will get gassed over and Enzo Fernandez. But then tell you he plays in the Farmers League.
People, I won the trophy in that. Oh, that people.
People got gassed over in Nkunku. Where did he play? In a quote-unquote Farmers League. Let Mbappe become available, but he plays in a Farmers League.
Bro, I still hear people say, but Mbappe, where the goals come from. I'm like, look where he does it everywhere, though. It's not like just like he shows up in league and goes to the France national team.
I can guarantee if Haaland leaves Real Madrid, he'll double the tally from right now in the Premier League.
Who?
Haaland.
Talk about.
Well, let's say Haaland does this in the Premier League. Let's say he goes to Real Madrid and flops. What then?
Yeah.
What then?
I don't think he'll flop for Real Madrid, though.
I don't think he will either, but like, it's not out of the realms. Do you know what I mean? Better players have gone to Real Madrid and flopped.
You use Man City as
Real Madrid ain't for everybody, man. Here's what it is.
Yeah, we know that, innit? Saying Belgium struggled out there, man. We know this. And to Taz, who said if it's the best, why did they barely win the champs on Europa? Because I don't think that has any. How good your league is don't have bearing on European competition. Like, it just goes in cycles. I've seen it all. I've seen the English teams be dominant, where it's been English winners and 3 of the 4 semi-finalists have been English. I've seen the Spanish dominance, where it's been Barcelona or Real Madrid just trading, winning it, and Atletico,
Nothing
and all
will
Spanish
beat that.
finals. What I'm saying, an all Spanish semi-final. I've seen the Italians do it when it was the all Italian final at Old Trafford. Like I've seen we've seen the German teams do it when it was Munich and Dortmund.
Even there was a big. Well, not
That
even
must
just
have been mad,
also
watching
German
two
teams that
Italian
actually were in the
teams.
Champions League too.
Yeah, crazy. It was crazy, but it was two teams I respected highly, even though it wasn't an entertaining game like that. Because it was 0-0, but because it was two teams who were defensively so good.
Can I ask though, since obviously, man, that's not been here for long. What was actually the best era in terms of like leagues? In leagues, like out of all the leagues that you can that you have seen, which era of like leagues was like the best? La Liga, Serie A.
In the Premier League, it has
early 2000s Serie A. A lot of people say
Serie A, like comes no Serie A in the late 90s, early 2000s, because every team pretty much in the top half, one just had a bad boy number 9.
Yeah.
Like, everybody had pretty much like a star. Like you're going, this guy, I'd take him up my team tomorrow. Like when you go back and look at certain players and look where they played, and you're like, you weren't even competing for anything. But if you put them in today's game, like if you put Batistuta in today's game, he's the best 9 around, or one of the best 9s around. Like he's top 2, and he's playing at a top club. Francesco Totti, one of the best 10s around if he comes into today's game. Lillian, obviously, people know Marcus Thuram. Lillian Thuram played at Parma with Cannavaro. They were 2 world-class centre-backs at that time. World-class, and they played for Parma. Go check where Parma was at. And they had Varane in front of that, who was also world-class. And then they had Crespo and Chiesa. Obviously, Chelsea fans don't know Crespo.
Right.
I'm talking about
Ancelotti was the manager then, I swear.
I probably was. This is what I'm saying. You're talking like, and that Parma team wasn't even, they were even competing. Never mind when you go to AC and you look at the likes of Maldini, who played for AC Milan, Shevchenko, Gattuso. Inter Milan had Brazilian
Del Piero and shit.
Del Piero and Zidane, Edgar Davids. I say, and Antonio Conte was kicking about right them times as well. Like,
hey man, that Lazio team was no joke under Ericsson. They didn't win it.
Lazio team was it? It was Boxic, innit?
Yeah, Varane. They got Varane, Crespo. They signed as well.
Saying.
Yeah, I mean, it was no joke, man. They didn't win it, but they spent big. I mean, you talk about transfers now. All the big transfers are in Italy, man. I mean, Buffon signed for what, £32 million. That
Shit,
time in the early 2000s. That part with Parma to Juventus.
Crazy. So yeah, I would say, but yeah, the Prem was cold as well. And when Chelsea and United were going at it, that was high level.
Like, a 4-6 Premier League was brilliant.
That and then United Arsenal earlier on, because they were just beef. Like, I just liked it just from like a standpoint of like, these men can fight at any given moment. Like there was always saying Fabregas throwing a pizza at Sir Alex and shit like that. Like
the kits were clean as well. And early United Arsenal kits, them early 2000s.
Hashtag bring back baggy kits, man.
Man. I still wear baggy kits, man, now. And I play ball. Keenan Vieira in the tunnel. So, yeah, let's go.
Henry and then baggy kits.
Yeah. Long day. Henry, guy gave me nightmares, man.
No, baggy kits with the long sleeve, the black gloves. Long day, man.
We'll end on this. Who was the one player at your club that surpassed your expectations, past or present, as a United fan? Ronaldo or Van der Sar, perhaps for me? Definitely Ronaldo, Paul. When we signed him, I never thought he would become the best player in the world.
What? No shout out for Eric Jemba or Clever.
I'll do that when you shout out Winston Bogart to Chelsea.
Hey, you can laugh at Winston Bogart. That guy was a G. He got paid 50 grand. And you know what? 50 grand.
The OG drink water.
You know what he did? You'll know this, Flawless.
Go on.
While he was with us, he still lived in Amsterdam and he flew back and forth just for training every day. But he was paid 50 grand a week.
What?
Winston Bogart. Did you not sign? Oh, never mind. It was Arsenal. I was going to say something as a striker. But yeah, man, for you, it must be Graham Lasso in it, Surfer. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what? Graham Lasso is underrated player, man.
Yeah, man. That's why I said it. Why you always think I'm trolling? I'm being serious.
It's just your voice and your face.
I don't know, Flaws. You're giving up the troll. You're giving up a little bit of like a trolling vibe about you.
You heard it, right, Jez?
Yo, how?
It, right?
I said Graham Lasso. Like, how is that? And this is how I sound, and this is how my face looks. Like, what do
you said it in that tone. You know what I mean? It's that. You know,
it's the I don't know. Like, can't take you serious when you like that.
Yeah. See, even Jez saw it. See, you know what I mean? Can't escape it.
Jez, you shut up. How about that? You know what I'm saying? That's what
you mean, Jez.
Hey man, I thought this was freedom of speech.
It's a safe place, isn't it? Safe place.
That's what I thought. I thought you were here for the people.
Yeah, man.
Man of the people. That is fact. I apologize, Jez. You right. I'm a man of the people. This is fact.
Even that you don't believe, right, Jez? Doesn't even sound like an apology, that man.
I don't know, man.
I apologize wholeheartedly. I genuinely
it's under review.
That was wrong.
Genuinely, yeah, sure. Okay.
we taking it to the VAR.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Sure, man. How about that? Innit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, where's my t-shirt? If you're handing out t-shirts, I want my shut up t-shirt.
Hey, Surfer, can I ask you, how's Zion's injury looking at though?
That's what?
How's Zion's injury looking at?
He's going to be out for like a few weeks. He's going to be out for several weeks, man. Like Virgil van Dijk with a hamstring. He's going to be out.
Is BI fit?
Yeah, he's fit.
All right, that's cool.
I'm not that mad that Van Dijk's injured. I'll be honest.
He needs to drink the smoking bottle. I'm telling you.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that mad.
Hey, where I go from Buemo, man. Big up Buemo.
I hate. You know what? That guy. I used to do my Brentford career mode like 2 years ago before they got promoted. That guy, and then he does that. Like, come on, man.
Hey, man. Had to do the LeBron celebration on this head.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that. I was like, oh no, because LeBron posted it on his story, innit?
He did,
yeah.
He was like, I'm working overtime. Shit.
Overtime hooping against Liverpool is peak, man.
Oh God, man.
You man are jokers, I swear down. Hey, love to everyone that's locked in. Hit the like button. Please make sure you do that. Subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you subscribe to Carefree Lewis G as well. Links underneath in the description. So make sure you subscribe to Lewis's channel. And everything else Sarcasm City TV related as well is underneath in the description. All the audio platforms, everything else, where you can follow everybody. Or find me, and then you'll find everybody's socials as well. You can follow all of them. And I know Paul disrespectful. Man said your voice and face, flawless, violated, disrespectful. You know, man said it's just your voice and your face. Like I can't change these things. That's the crazy part. So
you can turn your camera off and not speak.
This is how I sound all the time. You know what I'm saying? But then you be like, I know you're smiling. That's what will happen. I'll turn my camera off and you'll go, I know you're smiling.
Go on mute. That would help. Yeah.
How am I supposed to live stream on mute, huh?
Hey, we can run the
that
stream.
sounds like a you problem, man. I'm just giving you some options.
Hey, we can run the show.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
You see this Haaland and Mbappe rivalry? I was having this discussion the other day. I want someone to correct me if I'm wrong. Does this not remind you of like the Henry Van Nistelrooy a little bit?
The reason why I know because they weren't the next up. Like these are the two kings who seemed like they're the uncrowned kings. Like they're the two guys who are going to step forward. Whereas Van Nistelrooy and Henry at that time they were older and like were already made.
I mean, like play style wise, like I still think Van Nistelrooy is obviously a superior football talent, but like as a goal scorer,
I get what you're saying. As a goal scorer,
how elite he was as a goal scorer and how he was compared to obviously Henry was a superior footballer, clearly superior footballer, like a little bit like that.
That's now you've explained it. That's accurate. I get what you're saying with that. Yes, that makes sense. What you're saying in terms of just because Van Nistelrooy, I say it all the time, is probably the best striker I've ever seen at Manchester United. Just in terms of just pure finishing. Like, one-on-one, I'm like, you gonna score. Like I'm celebrating before. Like once he goes through on goal, I'm celebrating before. Like he was that.
Must be nice, man. Must be nice.
Yeah, it must be, man.
Yeah, it must be.
Hey, you can hold that.
Yo, I'd love to have a striker.
Oh man,
You man on my bounce anyway. Big up.
Lewis, love
See you
you.
later,
We'll
Lewis.
close out. Lewis,
Chris,
let
big
them
up
know-
yourself as well in the
Let them know
comments.
what you got coming up tomorrow, though, fam. Before you go.
Sadly, we have a City preview tomorrow for the game.
The way this guy's face dropped when it went 12 a.m. Oh my god.
Hey man, it's long for
That'll
me,
be
man.
a fun stream.
Rails track tomorrow, man.
What time you going on, Lewis?
Like 3 p.m. or something.
All right, cool.
Probably won't be too long. It'll just be a
Alright, cool.
spoiler. We lose the end.
I'll be there, man. I'll be there to support, man. I got you.
Love to hear that, bro. Big up, everyone. Bless.
Bless up. Yo, Timo, bless. Hey, Surfer, what's it called? Saying about down there?
I'll be there for support. Yeah, okay, man. Yeah.
Yo, do I normally support?
Nah, man. It'd be like, you're Seth Rollins, man. You're Seth Rollins. I'll hit him with a chair from behind, man. That's what you are.
Hey, this guy, man.
I can't believe he's hurt now.
You're Ric Flair with the low blow, man. That's what you are, man. Poke to the eye.
Fuck Ric Flair, man. John Cena's the goat.
The way you try to assassinate my good character is terrible, man.
Fuck Ric Flair. I said John Cena's the goat. Is that a problem?
And John Cena's the goat. Jeez, does he know?
People as well, don't forget to make sure you check out www.thelatesttrends.net. It's online designer clothing store, people. Online designer clothing store at cheaper prices. So make sure you check it out. You can see it there on the screen. Make sure you follow him on Instagram as well. Top brands, many top brands: Off-Whites, Palms Angels, Versace, Armani, Boss, D2, Stone Island. The list goes on. You got men's wear on there, females wear on there, kids wear, trainers, plus more. I've dropped the link in the chat. You can see it on the screen. Like I said, www.thelatesttrends.net. Man, it's New Year. Treat yourself, or treat your other half, or treat your kids, or all of the above. So make sure you check it out. And like I said, go follow the Instagram now. Go hit the follow button on the Instagram. And on top of that, link is in the pinned comment for the membership, people. Many great perks. So if you want to support the channel further, check it out. Obviously, there's 3 different levels in regards to the perks. And like I said, this month, I'll make the Sarcasm City merch available for everyone who's a member as well. So it'll be hoodies, T-shirts, beanies, snapbacks. I'm going to do that specifically for the members because you lot support so heavily. Much appreciated. And the members Q&As will probably be next week as well. So yeah, surefire way to get on the channel is via the membership as well. So salute, man, and just love to everyone who is supporting. But yeah, we're gonna close out. Yo, Cams, anything you want to add before we close out?
Not too much. Just obviously subscribe, like, or follow the Twitch. That's it.
On Twitch. Surfer, anything you want to add?
Yeah, same. What Cam said, turn your notifications on as well because they're a bit screwy sometimes. So just turn them on.
I know. Yo,
Jez.
Yeah. Make sure you support, like, and subscribe. Make sure at 8 p.m. Even if you don't want to see your team, if you just don't want to see your team play, at least leave a like on tomorrow's stream. Helps the channel. Also, obviously, if you haven't been here yet, happy New Year to you as well. So yeah. Yo, table.
Mr. Hashtag cancel Skip Bayless. Hashtag Enzo Fernandez to the Chelsea. What are you saying, Timo? Anything you want to
add? Make sure you guys subscribe and like and comment, man. Big up. And also hashtag cancel Skip Bayless for his hideous tweet on Damar Hamlin a couple of days ago.
Why you tweet about Skip Bayless? The guy's an idiot.
Tweet something in regards to the player.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, what the fuck?
No, but that's Skip Bayless. That's the thing.
I think that's the fact it's reached to me who doesn't even watch NFL. He's done his job. Like,
I don't care. I don't care. His name is Skip Bayless or not. Cancel him, man. That tweet is hideous.
Big up 44. It says like, share, and subscribe. Victor says big up. Good to see members in the chat. Big up all the regulars, all the new people. We're back here. I was going to say tomorrow, technically today, 5 p.m. people. 5 p.m. the Man Them United podcast, where I'll be discussing all things Manchester United. So that's early. And then 8 p.m. or just before 8 p.m. the Chelsea versus Manchester City watch along. So they're your 2 live streams for today. And then Friday you will get what's going on Friday? I forgot. Go check out the live stream schedule, people.
Q&A, right?
Yeah, you'll get a Q&A. You probably get a Q&A earlier, actually, because Battle of the North, I think, is going down on Friday. So, yeah. Also, NBA will be back on the Twitch as well. Well, again, all of this is on the upcoming live stream schedule. So you can see everything. Make sure you subscribe here to the YouTube. Make sure you go follow the Twitch. If you don't follow the Twitch, you're not getting all of the Sarcasm City TV content. So y'all make sure you follow the Twitch, download the app, sign up. Make sure you head over there, but hit the like button, subscribe here. I think we got 64 likes, which is sick. So large up all of you lot. This has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.